ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to say a quick hello. Alvin Perry, Melvin M. Gottel, Bless Sumpong Bakto. How you all doing tonight or this afternoon in other parts of the world? Doris Bentupe. You know, folks, sometimes our leaders play too much with support. Marcus Kinwe, Octavius manager Sao Perry, Peter Nubel, Darling Warwood, Kowu Gloria Vocal Mulba, Erasmus Pupu Sinclair, Edward Pay. Don't worry, LeBron and Black. When I come back to America after the new year, I will regain my complexion. Folks, let me tell you this. You know, sometimes in life, it is okay to say no. And don't hold yourself accountable for saying no. When people come to you and ask you for stuff all the time, it's okay sometimes to say no. But don't say no in a way that you will make the person to feel bad. I think I said this before. You can say stuff like, I don't think so. But if anything changes, I'll call you. What's the best number to reach you? You've just told this person no in a very professional way without offending them. People can have stuff, but because they see you in a position, in the zone that everything is going well with you, they want to come after you to exploit you. I need this, I need that. Even to the point where you try to give them a lift. You know you live inside Chuball Old Road. And every time you went home, you got on that little pin, the motorbike to take you home. But because on this day, that somebody decided to give you a ride, you want the person to go way inside Chuball Old Road. They should get off the road and take you to your final destination where you know that the car will have some type of problem. How can you be selfish like that? And these are some of the things that we've got to stop. How you are getting to that destination without this lift or assistance. Don't ride a waiting horse to death, man. We need to change our attitude. Number one. Number two, don't allow yourself to be slave to some of these leaders. When you work hard on the job, you will earn a living. When you work hard on yourself, you will earn a fortune. And I picked up this from the guy called Jim Rohn, motivational speaker. Work hard on the job, earn a living. Work hard on yourself, earn a fortune. Listen, if you have to sweep to get to the next level, sweep well. If you have to push carton or clean poo-poo to get to the next level, do those things until you get there. Because at the end of the day, only you know where you want to be. When that time reaches, do not allow yourself to be a slave to some of these people. Folks, With that said, some hear the name, some hear people talk about them. You've gotten the opportunity tonight to match the face, name, and voice. As always, tough times don't last, tough people do. The heart of a man is never known until he rises, because there's no second chance to make that first impression. Don't see okra and swallow bone, because you can't hide your nakedness from beef and bucket. When God bless you, don't see that medicine. Trust no shadow in the dark. Jire, c'est tout pas yégué. Zebon pleu range. Quoi ben otreji. Basi yon pleu. C'est comme rien pas. The medicine of the microphone, the golden voice of Liberia. The brother who doesn't eat iron, but he's definitely stronger than a lion. Ask for the giant that now you know me calling. Welcome. There's a new song up now, folks. Mr. Liar, Liar Man. Who is the real liar? You will find out very shortly as we play that song. Mr. Liar, Liar Man. You start taking our country for a joke, man. This is not what we settled for. What happened now? You're going too far with this, man. Just stop it. I'm going to go ahead and introduce our co-host. Broadcast legend. He's been in the business for many, many years. We're honored to have him on board. Please join me as we introduce to you the most eruptible volcano shelter.
You know how those guys say, okay, cardio. All right, thank you. Good evening and welcome again to Preach Radio Africa, all of our viewers and listeners across the world. We are happy to welcome you. We took 2 nights off, Thursday and Friday. Rather, was it Thursday and Saturday? Thursday and Saturday, because we came on Friday, right? I think.
You know, every time we come on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's a bonus, you know.
Yeah,
but we worked so hard, and we decided to just take a break, because sometimes you can get burned out, you know.
Absolutely, and it takes a lot of planning, to come on the air. And sometimes we plan to come for an hour, but then we end up going more because discussion gets heated. People calling in, but yeah, Ashford, you just touched on a few things. One of them is the song that has been produced. I believe it is construed to be the president of Liberia, who just made a song titled "Mr. Liar Man," accusing, I don't know if it's someone specific or the Liberian people. He's figuratively or metaphorically, referring to. I can't say, but would accept the song.
He might be talking about Molu.
I thought about that, but I think it's more than that. I think there's a lot of people, who say a lot of things about the president, and so probably. But as we listen to the song, we'll be able to see what we gather, and hopefully some of our viewers and callers, will chime in as to what actually this song is about. And then also he delivered a message today to the people of Liberia. It seemed as though it was a double whammy. He, talked about the elections, and then he added into that message the season greetings to the Liberian people. So we also
the certain time in the year where you turn the lights on not only in Liberia, but in other industrialized countries, you turn the Christmas light on, and this is when you send Christmas greeting, But you can't come to give a post-election speech, and at the same time talking about the season greeting. It just doesn't add up, Sheldon.
Yeah. Well, I guess he was trying to kill two birds with one stone. But like you said, there's an appropriateness around the Christmas season and the festivity. But is it because the people don't have money? Everything is at a standstill. You said the banks are not even giving up money, so he doesn't have the face to come and facing them somewhere like next week to come up with his Christmas message. So he just thought to throw that in right while he had the opportunity to speak about the outcome of the elections and the post elections. But yeah, so we
And,
also
and,
anticipate to have a guest tonight, right?
in every day, I get to find out why the people voted the way they voted. Shelton, up to now, for the last couple of days, I've been trying to get money out of the ATM, and we can't get money out. People will go stand in line, Shelton, as if they're going to beg.
Mm.
You can
But
have access to your own money. What is this? As
I
long as
guess
you're not part of the religious establishment, you can't get your money out. As I talk to you now, Shelton, I'm pissed. If I have the opportunity to rearrange my flight so that I can leave early, I will do so. But I'm here until the new year, Shelton, you won't believe this. I went to the bank yesterday to get $700 out. I had to give the guy $40 just for assisting me. I'm not going to call the bank's name. I'm not going to call this guy's name. But I'm telling you, Shelton, I haven't seen this stuff before. We left from this place many years ago. We were accustomed to working hard for our money. And when you go to a real country and go to get your money out, you are not thinking about the teller looking at you as if you are guilty for not giving them something. This is one of the few places where people will make you feel that you owe them something. Every time I come, I will not get anything. But then when I come back, I'll bring a little bit of cologne or perfume just to tell them thank you, or tie or T-shirt or something. But not knowing these people are making it to seem that they want to help you just so you can give them a little something. That's how tough it is here. My man, the people would do things and they will make things look like you owe them something. I'm just going to do a transaction in the bank. Why should I have to do this? And something happened. Shelton, don't be surprised when you come to Liberia. I called the bank. I just said my name. And this lady said, "Oh, you asked for Gale?" I said, "Yes." "Oh, I long been wishing to see you. I am the branch manager for this bank. Come." And Shelton, even though I was assisted, but I felt bad. A lot of people were in line. You shouldn't tell me to come to your office and in less than 5 minutes you give me my money and I'm leaving while people were there in line for hours. Shelton, do you know that people will go to Western Union or MoneyGram to get their money from 5 o'clock in the morning and they will still be in line? But somebody who has contact with some of the higher ups in the bank will wait until 9:30 to 10 o'clock. They just walk in and push past everyone and go and get his or her money. One time I got so pissed, Shelton, that I was in line from 6 in the morning and this person just came, passed the line and went straight, and the teller started doing transaction. I said, "No, this will not happen under my watch. You call the police." Y'all call the police because I can't be here standing in line and this guy just come in because he has some type of connection and you will serve him. I said, will not happen. I said, I made grandma until I got my money and I left out.
Mm.
The other day, I stood in line for 45 minutes to an hour. And this bank would dispense some money and then the notification will come and say out of service. Then the security guy will tell you, say, wait for 15 minutes. Sometimes you wait for 30 minutes. And then when the machine starts, I don't know, the other person came from somewhere and told the security guy, I am not going to get money. I just want to check my balance. I had 3 other people in front of me. Sheldon. They sat down. You know, Librarians are so gullible. They sat down there, and this guy was actually going to check his balance. Sheldon, it was not me. I went in front of the line, man. I put my car inside. And I got my money out. Then I put the car inside again and got some more money out. And I walked away. You don't do that. That's disrespect. Are you better than the people in line? I mean, what kind of country is this? When people got a tip 4 months ago that this government will instruct the central bank not to give money to the commercial banks because election was around the corner. And they did just that. Up to now, the people are suffering. Today is Sunday. This is one of the days where you chill and go to the beach or something like that. Shelton, we couldn't get money out of the bank. No money. No money. This is not a country. This is a country of fine. Shelton?
Like Koluba says on area. Oh gosh. Listen, man. I don't know if it's gonna get better because every day we say, oh, Liberia gonna get better, Liberia gonna get better. But apparently we continue to regress with time, with technology, with society, with all these societies moving ahead of us. Our neighboring countries are doing, fairly well. And yet we continue to stay stagnant with the same, kind of, way we operate. It's unfortunate. It's absolutely unfortunate. And it doesn't take too much to put these systems in place and implement them. But until we collectively decide that where do we want to change as a country, from the very janitor to the president, uh, nothing gonna change. Because even if the laws are on the books and those tellers in the bank, because I guess this is one of the new ways now they're getting paid. Imagine giving somebody $40 out of your own money. That man, that's probably 60% of his salary. He's getting in less than 30 minutes. So how many people that they're doing that to? How many people, giving money out to get their own money? And sometimes even the money that somebody goes to get from the bank is not even for them. Sometimes the money is to help a relative who's sick, and they send out money to go, to JFK or to pay because the hospitals can't put hands on you if you don't have money. And then you got to take some out to give because that's the only way you're gonna get it. I go, we in the serious stuff, man. It's not no joke.
Shelton, the banking situation is just one thing. You do a legitimate contract with the government and the regular check for you to go get your money. The people that are supposed to issue you the check will tell you, say, so now money will leave here. They are telling you now that for them to process your check, you have to give them something. I mean, what is this? What kind of trouble we're in so? They really don't want some of us to be here because we will talk about these things and we'll continue to talk about these things. We are not some of those 2x4 journalists then that you will come and shove something in their hand to keep quiet. No. Sheldon, we work hard. You know that. And we're getting paid. We're in this because of our passion.
Every dime on it, every dime
and we're asking most of our brothers and sisters who find themselves in the field to do the same thing. You know?
But listen, Ashford. The thing is simple. Um, you know, Ellen had 12 years to set the stage to fight corruption and fight it to the teeth. This woman openly declared before the war, the world rather, that she was going to make corruption public enemy number one. She came and caved in, and what she did, walked away scot free, rich. Her children would never long for anything. Some of her best friends, their children. I mean, she ran a government of nepotism, and to say the truth, and if she's listening to me tonight, she knows it's the truth because what did Ellen Redder do for Liberia in those 12 years when her government benefited from all the money, all the aid, everything, you know? And she could have fought corruption head on. And maybe hopefully we have put some things in place that this government will have built upon. Now, to say the least, maybe this government will have gone back to the old days as it is happening now, but at least she will have gone on record to have attacked it like she promised the Liberian people. Then here
Shelton,
comes President Weah reaffirms, and then here we are, you know. So it's a
Shelton,
shame. Who's going to save Liberia from corruption?
Shelton, Ellen is no longer on the stage.
No, no, but she's
We
still
have
culpable.
we have George Weah now.
Ellie is still culpable,
George
we
Weah,
can't let her out.
George Weah is the guy who said he was bringing change to the country. He was going to do everything possible. Some of the things that previous leaders did, the people got resolved and said, you know what? Since the both people giving us hard time, that'll get somebody who we think has the country at the heart. They end up putting George Weah there. And George Weah from the get-go started to steal. He started to enrich himself. He started to regain his wealth at the expense of Liberia and the poor Liberian people. Why George Weah couldn't wait later on down the road to do whatever you had to do? You came and you saw the suffering of the people. The people saw you as that hope, that change. And this is what you do to them in 3 years? Are you surprised that the people voted the way they voted? Are you surprised that this guy had just become unpopular in no time? Are you surprised that when you visit the CDC headquarters, you see nobody? Are you surprised that when you go to the chat rooms that belong to the CDC, they're fighting among themselves, they're cussing? The CDC are saying now that George Weah will be a one-term president. Are you surprised? George Weah brought this on himself. What did George Weah do after election? He took to the studio to make a song, Liar, Liar, Liar Man. We'll play the song in just a little bit, and we'll ask the Liberian people who is the real liar. I mean, Ellen did her thing. But we are talking about now. We have George Weah, this boy that the people believe in. This guy who will keep grudge. This guy that will continue to do political witch hunt. When you ever spoke against George Weah before, he doesn't want to be bothered with you. This is the kind of monster we have as president of Liberia. And will anybody be surprised how the people voted? No, Shelton.
Ashford, it all boils down to our resolve as a people. And I always say that no matter the circumstance, Liberians are very unique. And there's a way we do things, the way we look at things. But with proper education, and the right people to come to power, hopefully we can change our mindset. We can galvanize, uh, the last strength in us to change our country for the better. We are, a wonderful group of people. We have a lot of educated people. We have a lot of intelligent people, talented people. Uh, you know, Liberia is not an ordinary country. Unfortunately, over the last 30 years, we've made ourselves ordinary as a result of a civil war, and then the succession of leaderships that have taken over the country have never meant good for the country. And today here we are. Still, I've not made that transformation. I made a quick comparison the other day with Liberia and Rwanda. You understand me? But unfortunately, the leadership we've had in succession from the state council all the way to what is now in power, all these people don't mean well for the country. Everybody just come to hustle. How can you leave the diaspora to go to Liberia to hustle? I hear people say this stuff all the time. I'm not going to go hustle. You should be leaving your country to go abroad to hustle. Not to leave abroad to go. So what did you do when you were in the diaspora? What did you do with yourself? That you want to go back home to hustle? And with that mindset, my brother, we're going nowhere. We're going nowhere. You understand me? And even in the opposition, I was just talking with someone today, and I said, "Who's gonna run in 2023? Who's really gonna run? Put your hands up. I need people to begin to put their hands up. Who's gonna run? Is it Mr. Boyka? Is it Alice coming? Is it Benana Ure? Who's really gonna run? Asphalt, who's gonna run?
You know, when sometimes when you say we have a lot of educated people, the people in Liberia, for reasons known to them, they don't care about educated people. I give an example in my own backyard. Zoe Pennon, who was representative, one of the longest serving representatives, he threw their heart in the race to run for senator. I asked Zoe Pennon one time when I visited Liberia in 2016, I said, "What we need to communicate. What is your email?" Me, but I ain't get email. That thing tell me I know about email business. I can just do a text message. Because this boy was in the 10th grade when he went to the Zwetru Multilateral High School. His uncle, the late President Doe, was president. He used to carry guns to school, to class. And the principal at the time, was Joe Gbagba, expelled him from the institution. He never went back to school. The man does not have email. He was in a race with people that have master degrees. How did they vote?
And then flog him.
They,
I
vo-
mean,
they,
he
vote,
flogged him.
they voted for Zoe Pennon. Now, how can this county develop? When it's time for election, he gets up and put out a few bags of rice, and people are happy. Do you know what has happened to the county development fund in Grand Juda County? $3.7 million. They use the money on themselves. The former superintendent was sold. He went to court. At the end of the day, he ended up begging. What did he do? He bought yellow machines, a few yellow machines, and somebody got a contract to build the roads. He leased the machine to this contractor and earned 30,000 US dollars and pocketed the money. Today, the country is in the dark. Several other counties are in the dark because these leaders have made it all about themselves. They don't really give a damn about the country. And that's why this time, Shelton, we are going to be on the tail. Today you are elected because the people are angry. Don't go in there and thinking that you have arrived and you do anything you want just for your own selfish interest. If you do so, I will come after you.
And
Shelton?
listen, you know, I think the whole idea here now is that when you have served in the House of Representatives, making what, $5,000 to $7,000, and then at the senatorial level you make 15 grand plus more benefits and amenity. This is an elevation, for them. And they're not. Let me tell you something. The House. I was just saying something again to myself, and I said the House is an emblem of suffering and shame to the Liberian people. It's an emblem of stagnation for the Liberian people. The House is the emblem. Okay, if the House knew the power it has, the power that the House has, I believe, in my opinion, if the House uses this power well, it's stronger than the presidency or the executive branch. and the judiciary. Because where the laws come from, where the laws are made, the House. Who can impeach the president? The House. You know, and these guys taking this stuff for joke. They don't even know what they have. They don't even know, but they're all thinking party lines, and it's all about themselves, and they don't even pay attention to why they were put there. And if they only knew how powerful they were, and they utilize that power to put accountability at a balance, check and balance, our country can go forward. So actually, our problem, the emblem of our problem, is that House. What it has failed to do for the people, by the people who put them there. And that's why we continue to suffer. And the president can take the Constitution, wrap it up in sackcloth, and flush it down the toilet and say, I'll operate in my own way. And nobody dares say something. And that's why some presidents fight to get a majority so that they can be able to, have a free ride.
Shelton, you have a president who, in one voice, he's talking about peace and togetherness, and in another voice, we're hearing that he's leaving Monrovia to go to Bassa to intimidate voters, to go to Nima County to intimidate voters. And I'm told that this lady, Edith Gonklo Weah, who had commanding lead in Nima, is now feared for her life. She's in hiding because we were told that the president was in Nima with Prince Johnson trying to intimidate this young lady. You call yourself feminine in chief. You're ordered by the woman. We have only one woman senator. We're trying to get our sisters get involved so that women can be represented in both the Senate and the House. I just got the news that the president is in Abidjan.
Wow.
I should speak now. Yeah, I mean, I just got a tip. The man is he's in Abidjan. Jolly, jolly. So you don't go to work, but using taxpayers' money to produce a song. Liar, liar, man. You want to be a Rastafarian?
Oh yeah, the man reference Jah Rastafari.
So you don't give a damn about their own country? Come in, Shannon, and we'll play the song for the people. And we'll tell who is really telling the truth.
And I listened to the song. I'm not impressed. I don't think the president should be doing that. I don't think the president should be scooping to that level, to be honest. And I always say, hopefully he hears me. As a president, you are the first citizen of the country. You should be above, pettiness. Because this song sounds like it's a hint he's throwing, whether it's at a specific person or the Liberian people. And I don't even find it to be recording worthy. I don't think I would buy it. I don't think I would want to take it for free. And I don't think I want to dance to it because it's not good for our country at this point. I think it's a song that when we talk about divisiveness, it has the potential to do that. Again, presidents shouldn't be doing that. And I would say, let's just go to the song so the people themselves, and this is my opinion. I honestly think the president shouldn't have made this song. There's so much on his hands to lead the country rather than go in a low flimsy studio and put cups together and say that they're making song and somebody there trying to, speak like a Jamaican and all of that. I guess he's trying to link his tie to his current marriage, his wife. I don't know, but it was not necessary. I don't think he understands what Jah Rastafari is about, referencing Jah Rastafari, trying to speak in an accent that, it's not common to him, irrespective of him marrying a Jamaican woman. I think it was just not necessary. Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let us take a listen to the song.
In my own country, they trying to track me down. For what? I don't know. Mr. Liar Man. You know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Joe Rastafari, King Selassie. Big up, oh, Mr. Liar Man. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. You know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Oh, Liar Man, you know I didn't do those things. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. I know I didn't do those things. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Mr. Liar Man. Rastafari, no, I didn't do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, you know, a liar man, a liar man, a liar man, you a liar man. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, you know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, Rastafari, King Selassie, big up.
I didn't do it. Liar man, let Jah judge you. Liar man, I didn't do it. Liar man, let Jah judge you.
So what you keep lying? Lie, 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 lie. You lie, you lie, you lie. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, oh, Mr. Liar Man. I say you lie, you lie. Oh, Mr. Liar Man, Mr. Liar Man. Hey, oh, Mr. Liar Man. You know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Oh, Mr. Liar Man. Jano.
Yeah, I just play that song up, man. That's too much of
Hold on, Sheldon. Hold on.
I didn't
in my own country, trying.
Mr. Liar Man, who is in fact telling the truth? And Sheldon, I know you were coming, but let's talk about mysterious deaths. The mysterious deaths of the 4 auditors recently, and the death of a senior police officer in Grand Judy County. Who is telling the truth? Let us talk about a 30 million stimulus package. Who is telling the truth? Let us talk about a 25 million mop-up exercise scandal. Who is telling the truth, Mr. President? Let us talk about the 48 million COVID-19 fund. Who is really telling the truth? Let us talk about the US 14 million and the LD 888 million in revenue from commercial banks to the CBL, unaccounted for. Let us talk about the 3 Mexican young men involving St. Moses. Mr. President, who is the liar here? Police brutality against peaceful protesters and journalists. Rape and sexual gender-based violence. Who is telling the truth? Partisan rhetoric engineered by you, Mr. President, has left our country deeply divided. Who is telling the truth? Insecurity, reign of fear, economic hardship, collapse, nepotism, political witch hunt, crush incompetence across the government, among many other things. Who is telling the truth? Let us talk about the coastal highway that you promised the people, the pro rights, the Bali Island, where we see boats all over Bushwa Island, the Igbo man, the resource swap. They just introduced cake that people were eating about the Lone Star Airline. They sent 1,000 t-shirts from Nigeria, Mr. President. Who is telling the truth? Moravia street lights. This president said the street light will come from ERW Junction to Broad Street before Christmas. Where are the street lights now? Who is telling the truth?
Mr. Liar Man, you know I didn't do the thing you say I do. Mr. Liar Man, Jano, 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 Rastafarano. I am
Shelton.
So let's first take this song and play it at a gathering where there are presidents from across the world. And this president should be representing us. How would it look at him? How would it really process it? You know, you running a country that is way, way, way behind, lagging, and you have time to go in studios to make a song uh, that don't even have a stanza. Because I write music, and this song does not even have a stanza, not quite chorus, because it's just a repetition of Mr. Lion Mount. You know, I didn't do the things you say I do, and he's just talking rather than sing. Listen, man, this is unfortunate, Ashford. You just mentioned many of the things that has happened just within the 3 years of his leadership. So who's actually lying? Are these things not true? Did these things never happen? Did four auditors not die under this president's watch? Aren't three young men still missing under this president's watch? Was $25 million not squandered with no head, no tail under this president's watch? Is this president not building his personal properties within the first year of his coming to power? Is that a lie? So did Mobile Molu live with the things he said when he goes out there to garner funds on behalf of the people of Liberia and comes back and say, "This is my own money. I spoke, you know, beg for it. I spoke for it." Um, let's ask these questions, and let's see who here tonight can come out and tell us who the lion man is, because it's unfortunate, Ashford. You're right. We didn't put this president in power to play on the intelligence and the minds of the Liberian people. This president needs to do his job. He needs to do his job. He needs to get. Now it's easy for him to, sing a song to try to exonerate himself, but it's hard for him to come and address the Liberian people, on critical issues, on matters of substance, you know. But he can easily go in studio. So he's better off in his closet than rather coming to talk to the people. That's not cool, man. That's not cool. That's not presidential like, quite frankly.
And I think we shouldn't at this time. I think we should take our message to the viewers and listeners, and open up the telephone lines to them.
Absolutely.
If you are
Absolutely.
in,
In the lines.
if you are in the diaspora, the telephone number to call is via WhatsApp is 231-888-238525. If you are in Liberia, then you want to be part of the conversation, the number to call is 0888-238525. Those are the numbers to call. WhatsApp again, 231-888-238525. In Liberia, 08888-238525. And Shelton, the people know about the issues. They know about the situation they are faced with. More than some of us who are just visiting. And, Liberians based in America, Liberians based in Liberia, they continue to say Facebook politicians, Facebook Liberians. Listen, these people, and I want to give it up to them, the people in the diaspora on the social media, they are so passionate about this country. When Darius didn't went to them and say, "Listen, I don't have money. I am going against a government that has put herself in the position just to have access to money. Whatever you can do." And the people in the diaspora, I don't want to hear people calling our brothers and sisters in America, Europe, and other parts of the world Facebook Liberians or internet Liberians. The same people that you continue to disrespect all the time, they were the same ones that defeated George Weah today, that defeated Thomas Fowler today. So until you can stop being divisive, you can see all of us as one, you will continue to suffer. And again, those senators and representatives who are from CDC, you should start thinking now is the time for you to take the Liberian people over your party. Put the interest of the people first. Because if you don't do so, by 2023, you will not have job. And if George Weah is even lucky to make it to 2023 without being impeached, ha, Shelton.
Listen, Ashford, I am surprised, but I'm also not surprised because, again, the Liberian people are a peculiar group of people. Former President Taylor said it. There are three kinds of people: the white man, the black man, the Liberian man. They've shown the other side during these elections, and I'm sure that they will, show the other side come 2023. Um, but this government needs to do more. Needs to do more by the people. Need to, put the right mechanisms in place, irrespective of what's happening in the country. We expect this president to step up, and lead the country. I might honestly think that his wife feels embarrassed by this song. I'm being honest because I see Claire Weah as an intelligent woman. I'm sure some of the things that's happening, she doesn't honor it. But again,
We
what
have,
it
our,
is.
we have our first caller on the line.
Yeah.
This caller. And we have Zisse Pade on the line from Philadelphia. Zisse, hello. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Ashford, how you doing, my brother? Good.
Too blessed to be stressed, brother. Welcome to the show. Go ahead and make your point. Just give us 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, I think it's just the beginning of the eye opener, the revolutionary call and the test of time for Liberia. Liberians are beginning to see the light and can determine their own destiny in a democratic state as it is. The recent elections throughout the country is
Wow. Okay. We have a signal loss. From my end, I can see that his screen going blank. So I'm not sure if it has to do with electricity or data. I can't really say. Look. Well, if are you back, Ashford? Are you back? Can't hear you.
I'm listening to the song.
Yes, I'm back.
You just
Got a little
play.
switch of power. Yeah, go ahead, Mr.
Hey,
Pade.
hey, can you hear me, Ashford?
Yes, we can
Do
hear
you
you.
have a slight breakdown?
Yeah, I mean, we lost power a little bit, but thank God we are back now. Go ahead and speak. Give us just 1 more minute so that we can take the next caller.
Yeah, so I think here's the reality here. We are far behind. We need to make progress. Liberia and Liberians cannot, let me underline the word cannot afford what is taking place in Liberia. It's a joke, it's a mockery of democracy. And I think people have to realize that they have to stand up for themselves. as they have spoken wildly, genuinely through the just ended elections throughout the country. Those within leadership should take it as a sign that the people are tired and they want change.
Thank you,
The
Sister.
need for change cannot be overemphasized. We
Thank you.
need to make progress.
Thank
Thank
you
you so much. Thank you.
Actually, about the song.
We have a 508 number. He's gone
Okay.
already. A 508 number. The last four digits. 71. Tell us your name. 7149. Tell us your name.
Yeah, Jaya is your old man, darling Wahoo from Massachusetts.
Hey, darling, how you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. Yeah, like I keep saying, you should go a little slow. You know, you are behind enemy line, brother.
Go a little slowly, high, my brother. This is our country. We're not.
I know.
We're not insulting anybody. You know, we're not saying anything that is not true. So why
I know.
would you say we should go slow? What are you talking about? You know something that we don't know?
No, I'm just saying you should go a little slow, you know. But anyways, I call to, you know, we have said a lot. We keep talking and talking, and things are not getting any better. So I think what we should be discussing now is what is the way forward? Where do we go from here? What's next? Because we can't keep discussing the issues. We have to find a solution to the problem. We know the problems. The problems are there. We know them. But we have to discuss issues. We have to formulate a solution to the problem. So, Brother Shelton, Jayo, where do we go from here? How can we rescue the situation? This is my question for all Nigerians tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the voice of Darling Warwick. We have a 267 number, 3599. Hello, tell us your name.
Hi, Actress Gary. This is Cassius Max. I'm calling you from Louisville, Kentucky.
You're live on the radio. Go ahead and make a point, please.
Okay, the first thing I'd like to say is concerning the song. I think that song is all the liars. You guys are all going live. You guys are liars that the person was referring to. And my next point is directly to your co-host. You know, I disagree with him when he brought the argument out that Eddie Johnson said he didn't do anything good. You know, this is one of the problems that we have in Liberia. When I really started to observe the performance of presidents that was from the interim government, but then I'll go back to the Doe government. We all know what Doe did with when he became president, some of the wealth that he earned. When Charles Taylor came, we saw all the wealth that Charles Taylor earned. Then came the interim government. A lot of people earned a lot of things when they served by interim government officials. Then came the Eddie Johnson government. She left. But I'm here to ask your co-host to tell me what are some of those things that Eddie really built? What are some of those corrupt things that he can spare out? Then before we come to George Weah when he became president, see how he began to do things that other presidents did. You know, this is what I have a problem with your co-host. Eddie did what she had to do. I agree that the biggest problem that we ever had with Eddie was, for some, there's something with some money and then she accepted it. That was it. But I think Eddie did her best. She put Liberia on a very good standing point and Georgia can destroy it. Thank you.
Thank you. Shelton, you got milled. I mean, you, according to him, you accused Ellen of not doing anything, but in his book, he thinks.
But so why should I argue it? Why should I argue when he already qualified one of the things that Ellen's son did that she took blame for as the sitting president? Why should I scoop to try to make anything clear here? Ellen did speak to the Liberian people at her inaugural address that she was fight corruption. And then she came back and said one of her greater regrets is that she didn't fight corruption. So what is he saying? Is he not following the 12 years of Ellen? Doesn't he see around him what took place? How many people got rich? And Ellen took blame. So I'm not going to even try to scoop to explain anything here when he already qualified that Robert Salib is a sitting millionaire pretty well. You understand me? And many of her other kids and her friends and the children. So let us not go there. Let's not go there. And when he mentioned, I'm coming quick, just before you go, when he mentioned the days of Doe That's why our Civil War came. Then our Civil War came, 14 years, we're at a stagnant point, going back and forth with interim government. The later they could squabble, that's what it did. Then we came to a president who was Taylor, and he was operating eternally on the euro. They didn't get support from the international community. We all know that. And they did what they had to do to survive as a government. But here comes Ellen and all the aid. No time in the history of Liberia that aid money went to Liberia than Ellen's 12 years. So
I'll hold you right
I'm
there.
trying to,
I'll hold you right
please,
there. We go back to the line.
yeah,
Hello,
yeah. So let not bring it on to me.
hello, caller.
Yes, hello.
Your name, please.
Yes, my name is Abraham, and I'm calling from Delaware.
You live on the radio, AB.
Oh, yes, the giant golly. Yeah, I must commend you for your resilience, being steadfast, and commitment to speaking truth to power. Why in Liberia? You are doing the right thing. You're not insulting anybody. Oh, boy. Hello?
Yeah, you're live. Go ahead. We're listening
Oh,
to
okay,
you.
okay, yes. So, but even if you did, that's democracy. You're speaking the truth. So be resilient. Look, you're an American. Trust me, the American government's got your back. So, I mean, don't be in front of anybody. Of course, be smart in what you're doing, but you're doing the right thing. But here's my point. Now, this president, I mean, could you imagine a president of the United States or even any other country taking the time to go into a studio, make a song while Liberians are dying, people are hungry, people are starving. They have already demonstrated to him that what they are doing is the wrong thing by voting almost all opposition members or what do you call it? Not opposition, some of them, they are independent candidates. I mean, well, all of that has now learned a lesson. What else? What else do we need? What else? So as for, I mean, our country is in dire straits. Our people are suffering, so terribly, and we don't know what to do. So it's not longer lasting. So I think the opposition just need to stay strong for 2023.
Thank you.
If they collapse, that's going to be a problem. So let them stay strong. And like DeLone and others said, saying let them work together so that we can better off our country. But thank you, Kigali.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We have a 347 number, the last four digits 2408. Tell us your name.
My name is Philip Robert. How are you?
Mr. Robert, how you doing? Too blessed to be stretched. Go ahead and make your point, please.
Yes. We are listening at the broadcast that you guys are having tonight concerning this song that the president just released. We in the United States and even others in Liberia, in the world as a whole, I believe such behavior is not accepted. Because as a president, you should be thinking about the welfare of our people. You should be considering yourself to be a role model that's supposed to take a lead to represent the nation that you're serving, which is not only for yourself. We know Liberia is a country that we all love, but the people in the country, our country, are suffering. And you going to a studio, leaving the nation unattended to, but you only going to make music?
Thank you, sir.
I don't think this is fair.
Thank you. We have another brother from Philadelphia. Hello, tell us your name.
Hey, Lodi, what's up, man?
Hey, Dodi, what's happening? It's been a long time, my man.
my Christmas, you when you coming from please bring me one good wallet. But anyway, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on the show. We've been missing you in the great United States.
I know.
But we are not a liar. That music did not go anywhere close to us. You guys are saying the truth here. And thank you very much for covering the entire election process in Liberia. I saw you in Lofa. And that was very, very great.
No, I didn't go to Lo-Fi. I just spoke with you in Lo-Fi. I didn't leave the capital.
But you said you were in Lo-Fi?
No, I said I wanted to speak with somebody in Lo-Fi. I didn't go to Lo-Fi. I was in Montserrat. And I'm still
Oh,
in
okay, that's
Monserrato.
good. All right, that's good. You guys should be very careful. Not even careful. You should be very, very, very. What am I call? Let me say it in the Liberian way. We have heard a lot of things. I know you have seen a lot of things in Liberia, and congratulations to you for helping the senator elect, for doing some programs for him. And I know you are one person that always say, I'm not for any political party. But in the near future, we all should find a pathway to follow and let us speak peace into power. And this message have wakening the president up at this time, and he talking about reconciliations today. That's fine. Liberia do not belong to any other person. One individual, Liberia belong to
Thank
all
you.
of us.
Thank you,
Got it.
Billy.
Thank you
so
very
much.
much. Thank you.
All right. We have Mr. Joseph Chi on the line from London. Joseph, hello. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, how you doing, Ashworth? How you doing, Shelton? Both of you guys are doing a very good, pretty job tonight on my side. And at least today I had a little opportunity to be able to be free today, my day off, to be able to watch you guys and listen to the very beautiful program. And you guys were talking about the music of Josh Weah just released, which is a very, very sick, very, very sick into a lot of Liberians. I was just going through a Facebook page, even down to some of the citizens that really supporting right now. Every one of them that are completely angry in Europe. I'm seeing a lot of footage in Europe where a lot of people are coming, a lot of citizens are getting angry to say what really going on with this type of president that we have. So I think you guys are doing a very pretty job. And I want you to continue, God continue to shower his blessing upon you guys, and Shelton too in America. Keep pressing, and I enjoy the proposal, some of the questions you posted against Ashford, to be able to elaborate more on the situation in Liberia. You guys, I appreciate every good things you guys are doing. So I want you guys to keep tight. This is the situation we're in as a country, and for us to make a decision and letting someone who is our brother to treat us like, because this whole song that Josh Weah just made is almost like trying to abuse the people, trying to abuse our intelligence. That's why that's why the whole song relate to every one of us. It's completely insult. Children got missing, economy is completely down, and the president is not really focusing on those things and trying to make a music. We're trying to throw him to the Liberian people, trying to tell them that you guys, you're worthless for the position and opportunity you are giving me. So I think Liberians need to sit down now to be able to check their back seat to see what we can do with this new movement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you so much. And I want to go to Boston, Massachusetts, where we have Mr. Dwalu on the line. Hello, Dwalu.
Hey, what's going on, man, brother Ashra? It's glad to hear you, that you're doing well. I can fully understand the frustration, especially going to the banks. I just want to speak the quick 2 points about the government of Liberia. Mm-hmm. When you do a contract for them, you go collect your money. It is 100% true. You have to bribe people who literally are responsible to release that money. In fact, as it stands right now, on the previous administration, I have a check for $17,000 that bounced on the government when I did a contract for them. So this is entirely true. But I want to speak to one crucial point regarding our country. Look, I have come to the conclusion that President Weah does not understand or fully appreciate the gravity of the position he holds. For this very reason, I think we will continue to suffer. The best thing President Weah can do for this country right now is say, listen, this is not something I wanted to do, nor do I have the potential to fully understand what it takes to lead this country. I will step aside. He'll be doing a great service to the country. He has to understand our people are literally in dire straits. Look, Ashra, this is a serious matter. You and I can open a fridge, well, not you right now because you're in Liberia, but we can open a fridge and it has something like, left over from yesterday is sitting there. But if you see the condition of our country, our women are becoming prostitutes. Our men are being zogorized. This is a serious issue in the country.
Don't say that, Jalu. I can open the fridge and if I didn't eat my food tonight, it would still be there. I can afford it.
Yeah, I agree.
Not
but
everybody can do it. Just a little over 3 to 4% of the entire population can afford that. But the rest
Thank
of
you.
the rest of the people are suffering. I clearly understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it's not so much. I hear when somebody tells, a man like Dwali, say, "Oh, y'all hear the president?" No, it has absolutely nothing to hear. I only love one person. It's my wife, my children. I have no obligation to love a man, but that man has a responsibility to my country to do the right thing, and that right thing is governing. Look at the condition of the country. You go throwing jobs in a studio. When the unemployment rate, like, this is a serious issue. I don't think anybody understands it. And I will leave you with a parable. My grandfather will always tell me this parable. He would say, "Opa," this is my middle name. I don't know if you know my middle name. He would say, "Opa, let me tell you something. If you have a hunter or a fisherman, let's use a fisherman scenario, and the fisherman is constantly looking for fish in the trees, the entire village will go hungry." President Weah is that kind of fisherman. He doesn't even know where to go look for the fish. He's looking up in the trees when the fish is in the water. We have serious problem.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much, brother.
My man. Okay, we want to go to Atlanta, Georgia. 5655. Tell us your name.
My name is Jeremiah Shaw.
Welcome to the show. Go ahead, make your point.
Okay, am I live?
You're live on the radio, my brother.
Man, I am the guy was talking just now and I was listening. Look, the president does not have to be a musician. The president does not have to use music to make a point. The president has the entire platform. The president has earned every accolade in his life. He has become the world's best football player, Africa's best. What does he want to do again? Be the best musician? And the message is music is actually sending out is not good for the country. Who is he calling liar? The politicians? So it bothers me when I heard that song today. I mean, that's all I gotta say. I mean, the people gotta stand up. People who are close to the president gotta stand up. Say, look, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Tell him, look, this emperor is not wearing clothes. The emperor is naked. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Hold on, Sheldon.
All right.
Well, the 347 number, 3348. Tell us your name. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Ashford Valley. I'm Fred Dennis Nambe. I'm calling from the state of New York.
You're live on the radio. Go ahead, make your point.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm following your show, and you're doing extremely well, you and your co-host. But I want to caution you for something that you said. Right now, everybody are talking about the mismanagement of our country and the ills in the society. Overall, you see now, you went to the bank to get some money, and unfortunately for you, it was difficult. You have to give somebody $40. And I will caution you that, that's corruption. You live in America here, and you know how things wrong. Even though America here, you give people tips. You get tips in America. But Liberia, our society there is so polluted in a way that the people, they demand you to tip them. And America here, we all live in America here. I live in New York. It is not compulsory that you give somebody a tip. And what you did, it is not a tip. You encouraging corruption. The same way you went to the bank and there's a guy came and crossed in front of everybody and went and did transaction, and you demanded that, it was wrong. You should have done the same thing. So that's one point I have to make. You encouraging corruption. Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for calling, my brother. We'll take one more last caller, and we call this a night. Hello, caller. Bernard Nathan.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good morning for the program. I think what Joe Weah is doing to the Liberian people is that he's making fun. You see, I live Ghana, right? Any other citizen travel abroad, football or whatsoever, accumulate white, and he misuse everything. When he come back, they don't even look at him. And you understand? Joe Weah had $94 million from playing football, right? He damaged all. He don't do nothing. if our people say that love they get for that man, but it cannot happen. Where any Ghanaian who get so many millions of dollars, they use everything. That man come back that on a dumper he will eat. I live Ghana 10 years, but the people say they get love for the man, so they need to go through it because I don't know what type of love they're talking about. And you understand? Our people, I think, I don't want to use it English. Let me just break it down. We think one way. How will you get love for somebody when he was a millionaire? You don't come back to do something for the people. The money the man play for, he lavished everything in the casino from Miami to Paris to Jamaica. He was all over the place. Then he come back broke to your day and made king over the country. So for me, John, we are care people. What you do, it's like we're going to look for it. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. And Shelton, before you come in, the caller who just said what I did was corruption. Now, when I say I gave this guy $40, he didn't force me to give him $40. But I went there, give it to him because I was touched.
But
So for him,
let me come in your defense.
you know, yeah, go ahead. I mean, he didn't ask me for it. He didn't ask me for a certain amount. I went in there, you know, I'm the type of guy that would not just look at $5 or something, you know. I felt well. Go ahead.
Listen, the thing is simple. Where Liberia finds itself now, unfortunately, when you go to Rome, you have to live like the Romans. In as much as there's no corrupt bone in your body, and you know that you're not forced to do anything for someone.
Thank
you. Your own money, you can't get it. And if that's the only way you will survive in the interim for being Liberia, then there's nothing you can do. It is your own money you're giving away. I don't call it corruption. I don't call it corruption. You know, I wouldn't. Because when he says here that you're not forced to give tip in America, that's not true. It's coming now that in many of the restaurants, because this is how the waiters and waitresses get paid, you must tip at a percentage.
Don't say it's coming now. They make you feel obligated. They put it
obligation. So I don't know why he eating. Maybe he didn't come on chop.
For tip and stuff again.
You know,
man, and I just felt that the guy was so sorrowful, and the guy made his face in a way that I had no obligation but to do something for him. And I felt what he did for me.
But even if we didn't get the money, we wouldn't be on this platform tonight. You know. So sometimes you gotta play to the wings and caprices of the people of you know the negativity around you, and unfortunately that one happened. So let's leave that. But let's are we still looking at this president's speech?
Well, we don't have the time now, Shelton.
Okay.
You know, the guy who just called and said we're corrupt. I want to know when the last time he ever sent a dime to Breach River, Africa. He doesn't even know how we own here in Liberia, but our platform still appears as if we're in America. You know, when the last time he ever chipped in a penny to help the platform? But you said that name.
Yeah. But honestly, you know, you had to do something just to get money, and unfortunately, that's what it is. You if it was straight, you did it the first day. You stood on the line because you.
I wish this guy was in Liberia.
No, he would do the same. He would do the same. Especially money.
Go through everything.
Yeah, he would do the same.
I couldn't go to the beach because I have money that I can't even touch. Go to all the banks, the ATM machine. Shelton, this is what funny, right? By the time they see you coming closer to the bank, the security officer will start telling you, they will start waving at you. No money, don't waste your time. Go, no money, don't waste your time. Come on now.
Yeah.
It's don't even make that to come in the compound. No money.
I said it's everything being generated.
Duke told me, say, Ashford, that's the bank truck. They're trying to put some money in the machine. So we turn the car around, going towards the gate. Then the security guy said, no money, you're turning around. You're kind of be wasting your time. Every bank you go to, you know, they had a ATM machine at RLJ on the highway. Went there. By the time you enter, when they see you going towards the ATM machine, don't waste your time. No money inside. The ATM not paying today. Everywhere, Shelton.
Yeah, he doesn't know. Maybe he's been out of Liberia a little bit and he thinks that. But you started right. You just said it. When you first went, you were standing in line like everybody else.
Thank you.
Right? But then all of a sudden, things are happening, and you see around you what the people do and how they live. So you gotta participate for you to survive, and that's what it is. If
And I'll
that's
tell
what
you,
Liberia has created for itself.
they
So
will
you
tell you
can't
flat
carry
out.
all the American thing over there and think you will make it.
You flat out. You think you go down there and say you want to stay in line, you'll be there all
Or
day.
you want to be American man? You can be American man, Liberia.
But does not know that we have to gas our vehicle, that we have to eat. And Shelton, we are real banana picking then.
But I
Okay?
mean, you're that.
We come from the dirt. But when God bless you and you travel to other parts of the country, you are not that same person again. Okay? For you to say, you know what, I will hang on to the 500 Liberian dollar and ride my pimping and stuff like that. We want to get on pimping in the very desperate situation. And if we can't have anywhere to go, we have to try to beat it by all means. What we did during the election time. During the Dallas Dillon campaign. No cows are going. And I never saw something like that before. The charge to the entrance to the library didn't even come close. The crowd, massive. So I told the driver, I said, I parked the car. I'm going to go in that crowd. He said, Chief, how you going to get it? I said, watch me. I said, call the pimping. I got on the pimping, my man, going through the crowd. And I made it.
Of transportation.
Of course.
In these traffics, serious traffic in Liberia, you got to take the pimping. So that's what I'm talking about. You can't be an American man in Liberia all the time. Even if every white people who leave from here, they may not go down and live like Liberian people. Then you the man from there, you won't gonna carry your American mindset. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And I wouldn't see it as corruption. I mean, you did enable some bad behaviors, I would call it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And unfortunately, you needed money for your sustenance. And if that was the only route, then so be it. Now, if you were doing this for everything else, then you're enabling, the bad behavior. So
this we find ourselves in the position where we call spade a spade, and how this government, how this president thinks, and how the government officials think. Okay, there's a guy who comes from the States, and he's talking about the Aocean Society. Who do I go to beg for a dime, Shelton? Had it not been for the board of British Radio Africa and the low money we have in the bank, how do you survive in this country?
But who are you going to go to? The first thing, you're from America. That's the first thing on the table. So the mindset is you brought money to Liberia.
98% of the calls I receive, people calling to ask for something. In Liberia. And sometimes I call my good friends there in America and say, and they're working put a fire, and rub some kind of way,
That's some kind of way, plenty of way. I mean, I was just in Liberia in March. I took the last flight out of Liberia in March when they declared that Sunday they were going to ground all airplanes, and I flew from Rawalsfield all the way to Nairobi, Kenya. Can you imagine? I'm coming to America, but I had to go to the east, in Africa, then fly back to New York. So you're not telling me something strange. So imagine from that point to now, how much? And we're in a season fever right now. So everything you're saying, it's all true. You're right there. Everything now is all about money in Liberia. Oh man, you can't go nowhere and people don't want money from you. Nowhere. The people, and they got a way of looking at you to tell you, say you better post something down. Otherwise, they will not move. They will not move. Your waiter or your waitress taking her own time to bring your food. She's dragging her slipper in that kind of way, and you hungry waiting for your food. By the time she put it down, she looking at you, pay now before I go. And that pay before I go, you put small thing there, then the service is gonna be bad.
Yeah, in America and in other great countries, you pay by the month. In Liberia, you pay by the usage. Even though they say we should pay $179 for the stability of this internet. But you'll be surprised that after 15, 20 days, because we are using the video image, you'll run out of data. And we have to keep our people informed. One. Number two, this is this is something that we're passionate about. You know how many people have said, "Oh, we thought you were staying in America, but how come you got the same background like you were in the States?" It's because image. We're not just gonna take anything and run with it. We don't broadcast from a cell phone. You gotta show respect sometime, man. Don't come in there respect
Now
people.
saying that we're talking against corruption, we're promoting corruption, but that's not true. That's not what we're saying here. We're not promoting corruption. Uh, we're talking about survivability, and these are the things that happen. And Liberia is in survival mode. All Liberians are in survival mode. It happens everywhere where there's crisis in the country. It was just the other day in Zimbabwe. People stood online for days and didn't get money out. And if there was any way they could have gotten money by giving some tip here and there, they would do it. So I don't think we're promoting corruption. When we talk about corruption, we're talking about corruption on a grander scale where you know, 10% of the people in power takes everything for themselves and leave the masses to nothing. And that's why the people in the masses now prey on other public servants, people, customers, and stuff who go to transact with them. Now, if the government was living by its promise to the people, creating jobs and paying people well, then these things wouldn't happen. And I can tell you right here in the great America, if we should go in a crisis, you will see that corruption will be here, gratuity, honest graft, and all those things will take place. So it just depends on the enabling environment, that will make the difference. But if we have crisis, there's a potential that community will go into corruption. There's no way around it. But when you do it on a grand scale and give a damn about the people, then I don't know what else to say. But let people not think that we're promoting corruption because as for out of his kindness, give somebody something because they gave him service. Maybe he appreciated the service that the person gave, and that's why he did what he did.
Okay, we want to take the last caller, and then we will come with our closing statement. Hello, caller.
Oh, bro, Dolly, how you doing?
Tell us your name, sir. Hello. Yeah, tell us your name.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Tell us your name.
My name is Philip Robert, calling from New York.
You're live on the radio, Mr. Roberts.
How is it? Yes, thank you for allowing me on your radio. My name is Philip.
I heard you
My name is Robert Philip.
I heard you the first time, sir.
Yes, I've been following you since you went to Liberia, even during the campaign process. What you're saying, it makes sense. And again, it's good that you have experienced some little movement into Liberia, Monrovia. The situation is our country is underdeveloped. The reason for that is we only have 2 roads in Monrovia. Our country should be thinking about how to navigate the system, making sure that they gave us access to road network into the city. So if there are many roads in the city, you won't encounter the problem you went through by going on a pen to get to where you want to go to, do your coverage. Those are things we need to be doing. Other countries are doing it, while Liberia can't do it. If we can go to Cote d'Ivoire to sing a song, that money should be given to culture and tourism to enable them to have better studios in the nation, that you don't have to go to Cote d'Ivoire to promote them. So this is a problem. So I thank you very much that you are getting to us here to know what is happening back home. And we also will be at least getting to know what is really happening behind us. So thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother, Mr. Roberts. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the night.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. Well, Shelton, we will be very hot tomorrow night. We are going to be doing Africa Live on Breach Radio Africa. We will have several other radio stations relaying our podcast tomorrow. And hopefully by the time we get to the show perhaps next would have announced uh, the winner from these elections. So we're hoping that they will start early to begin telling people who are the next senators, who are the senators elected. So it's something that we hope to enjoy tomorrow night, and we will have fun tomorrow night on Brace Radio Africa. So again, give us a closing statement as we call this a night tonight, Sheldon.
Well, thank you, Ashford. I thought another good night. We covered some important things here. Our callers contributed immensely. But just before I close, I want to just quickly give a meaning to the guy who asked the way forward. If you have your roof leaking, are you just going to lay in a house, or will you come out, find a way to patch your roof? And that's been the story of Liberia. We haven't found the right person to come out and patch. So every time we're trying to look at one of those holes, another holes come, or rather another hole comes, and as a result, we have too many holes, and that's why we're always talking about the problems rather than the solution. So we'll hope that the solution will be found collectively by Liberians, experts here in the diaspora, those on the grounds who mean well for the country, political oppositions, the Liberian people themselves, and some of the solutions are within the votes that they bear. And when they put those votes to the right use, it can make a lot of transformation. So we'll hope that that helps, to begin the solution to the problem. But Ashford, you know, the Elections Commission will be coming out tomorrow. I will hope that everything they present will be honest, true, and transparent. That nothing has been done behind the scenes, because accordingly, most of those who are believed to be winners know through their constitutional rights. Accordingly, those results were placed on bulletins at the polling station, so they were able to go in their own, silos and do the calculations. So let's hope that the presumptive winners, who were overwhelmingly presumed to be winners, will stand true. But we hope that the results will be fair, that it will cause no chaos or no rambling in the country, and let's hope for a better, Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Basi Jomplo. Second we are earlier. Grazie to Baye Gay Second Floor, Jaco, no, Chilaji. Yeah. Awo, I'll talk with you. Azonzinho. The height of a man is never known until he rises, because there's no second chance to make that first impression. Don't see okra and swallow bone, because you can't hide your nakedness from bathing bucket. Trust no shadow in the dark, and that's why you were there alone and voted the way you voted. But when men know you friend black man. A bald-headed man does not walk on the moonlight. When the crawfish comes from underneath the water and see the crocodile here sweating, don't see that lie. And folks, the medicine of the microphone, the golden voice of Liberia. As for the giant, then now you know me, Galway. Have a good night.